What's up, guys and gals? Red Icing back again to do another character analysis. Continuing the order of teammates joining the party, we move on to Haru. This video will focus on Haru herself, her persona, and some of her backstory. From this, we will make theories and see if anything lines up with previous information. If I make a mistake, point it out immediately so I can make a correction in the annotations. With that said, please leave annotations on in case of my mistakes. Disclaimers need to be said for this video. I am in no way an expert, just a fan and a researcher. I might mispronounce some things as I am not currently fluent in Japanese. Lastly, do not, and I repeat, do not take any of the theories as concrete info. They are theories and need to be mended at one point or another. And I would like some input on them if you have the time. With that said, let's look at this heiress. Name: Haru Okumura. Codename: Noir. Persona: Milady. Weapons: axes and grenade launchers. Mask: Black Bandit. Haru Okumura is an elegant and refined third-year student. She is an heiress to a restaurant company mogul. Even though described as refined, she can act awkward and naive when out of her element. Even though her communication skills are excellent, it is hard for her to find value in human relations. Being an heiress, her life has gone down different roads than those of more humbler stations. She has some distrust of adults, as past experience have soured her opinion of them. Her entry dungeon is the Space Dungeon. The boss of the dungeon is most likely her father, Okumura. Confirmed that it is Okumura. The dungeon seems to be the sin of sloth. A few of you pointed out that it might be gluttony due to the fries appearing on the wall in this scene. But since Okumura is a restaurant mogul, it would make sense to see this within his dungeon. In the boss fight, Okumura is hiding behind robots who do his bidding while he himself is relaxing behind them. Haru has an issue with how her father is running the company. Possibilities of Okumura's sloth-like business decisions could be one of the following theories. He lets his subordinates do all the work and never helps them out. He could be replacing workers with automatic machines to cut cost. Or by never acting on the company's issues while the company slowly tears itself apart from the inside. She is introduced to the team by Morgana in a show of grandeur that seems to fall flat. It's obvious that Morgana planned this all out. Watch this scene twice with trailer audio and see if you can notice something off. Was it just me, or did it seem like Haru read a bad line from a script in a bit of awkwardness? She was trying to act confident, and honestly she did, but it seems she didn't emote well enough with the introduction and bombed her little charade. She still seems confident, but it seems like she was expecting a faster, more positive reaction from the Phantom Thieves. As of yet, there is no definitive answer of how Morgana and Haru met. Director Hoshino has expressed that she will be more important as the story goes on in ways not displayed yet. Enough with the backstory and stuff we already know about Haru. Let's move on to her persona. Okay guys, I've just got to say, I'm actually happy that the channel correctly identified her persona, Milady, before the info came out. It is all thanks to Rococo Deco and his suggestion. Thanks, Rococo Deco. Milady is short for Milady de Winter, a beautiful and feisty woman from the Three Musketeers story. Also, she is an intelligent spy with a cruel and ruthless demeanor to those who know her. She does not apologize for her misdeeds and honestly feels no remorse in her heart. She has multiple aliases and can be a thorn in the side of anyone who crosses her path, showing deeper issues on multiple levels. Her seductive and unemotional ways leaves no crimes beneath her. She once stole from a church by seducing a priest and then put the blame on her lover at the time. On occasion, she would team up with her enemies to satisfy her own goals and then leave, and usually when she left, her enemies were put in a bad position. So in total, Milady will do anything she wants, when she wants, with no apologies in her mind. The design of the persona reflects Milady de Winter's rich attitude and seductive nature. The lack of a face shows the fact that no one really knows her true self. Milady has an amazing looking attack, shown here where her dress separates to reveal a surprising amount of firepower. The design for this persona may be over the top, but you also have to consider that the literary character herself is over the top as well. Another showing of great design by Persona Studios, especially with the little dagger right here. So what does all of this mean when compared to Haru? Well, it shows off her rich girl background and calls attention to the fact that she has difficulty understanding relationships. The more important detail is, now Haru is on the possible traitor list as her persona's literary character is inherently evil and manipulative. Referring again to the lack of face on Milady may have similarities to Haru having little personality of her own. Not surprising, as heiresses are often raised in the images their parents wished them to be without a say of their own. Okay, that's over. Let's get into the Famitsu pictures. The first seems to be a social link occasion with the main character, and it takes place most likely in one of her family's restaurants. The evidence is the date being Sunday and a month after the space dungeon. It's good to see this, as a similar picture was displayed for Makoto. The next pick we will focus on is that persona attack I showed earlier. This may or may not be a special attack by her persona, which means that other personas also have a special attack, and it looks badass. After that, we turn our attention to this photo of Haru in the same car as her father. She may be showing some concern here relating to how her father is running the business, even though it looks like he is trying to refute her doubts, or just trying to quiet her. The last pic of Haru on the scan is of her in a battle with a look of determination. It may be a follow-up scene in her persona's attack, as her mask is off. These next pics are not Haru related, but I must cover them or risk forgetting them. The first two are pics from the trailers we have already seen. The subway driver clip, and the scene where it gave theorists their first clue that Anne has a stalker. On this second pic, I must point out another French theme in Anne's design, as the French flag is displayed on her hoodie. The next pic is a display of a getaway vehicle with Makoto driving. It seems both her fighting skills and driving skills shows some overly aggressive nature in them. We already saw that on her persona motorcycle, but it seems she also drives a little crazy behind the wheel of a car. The next pic is a conundrum, as this call center pic could detail either Haru's father's company or the company Futaba works for. The last pic is also mysterious. While the security team displayed here seems more like a private corporate security, relating them more to Haru, the posters on the walls are confusing. They have the phrases victory addiction and double-faced. How this relates to the story I do not know yet. I'm still looking into it. If anyone knows what these posters are, please tell me. Well, that's the end of the video. I did not translate the entire Famitsu article, as it would take 12 more hours of work writing scripts and editing. If I have spare time in the future, I will cover it. If I made a mistake, tell me now so I can fix it in the annotations, and remember it for future videos. If you have a comment, question, or theory you would like me to reply to, put red at the start of your comment, and I'll get back to you. Thanks again to the community for helping and asking questions. It's just so awesome, and it's making me geek out a little more than I should. Again, I could not think of a closer, so goodbye.